Hi guys. In this review, I talk about Ben and Charlie and that their end scene in episode 1. I talk about their relationship in that scene for the first 6 minutes of this video. So look in the description box and I will put timestamps in. So it's about 6 minutes in and you will find the review for episode 2. Thanks guys. Hi guys, and welcome to Tailored Talk. Guys, before I go on to the review, I want to talk about a scene that I've been thinking about a lot, and that is the scene with Charlie and Ben at the end, and Ben kissing Charlie, forcing himself on Charlie. And thinking about this scene and rewatching it, I honestly believe that Ben forcing himself on Charlie was an effort to win Charlie back. Hear me out. Let me explain. It's twisted. So it seems that from the beginning, we've only seen a snapshot of their relationship. I've only seen a snapshot of their relationship. And it seems that from the beginning, Charlie has tried to be his version of the perfect boyfriend. So that's very meek, very passive. Yes, Ben, I'll do whatever you want. I really like you, Ben. I'll meet you wherever you want, Ben. When we're together, we'll do whatever you want, Ben, because you call the shots, but I'll be your perfect boyfriend, basically. When Charlie meets him at the end and he drops all these truth bombs, he gets very angry and very confrontational. It knocks Ben for 6 because he was expecting old, meek, passive Charlie to show up, and now he's getting this very in your face, very tired, frustrated, confrontational Charlie. And because of how emotional Charlie is and how confrontational Charlie is, he knows that Charlie is going to dump him and end this situationship thing that they have. Ben can feel it coming. So in order to kind of thwart it, in order to kind of stop that from happening, Ben tries to match Charlie's aggressive energy. One, by insulting him, saying that, well, you better just stick with me because nobody's going to have you. When Charlie then gets upset because of how cutthroat that insult is, he's reeling from the insult. Before Charlie can get himself together, before he can even say anything, Ben pushes him up against the wall and starts forcefully kissing him. I think that's for 2 reasons. I think that's one, to assert this romantic dominance, to get Charlie back. And guys, if you've seen Teen Wolf, do you remember Styles and Lydia at the prom? Where Styles was like playfully assertive and was like, Lydia, you better get your ass out of that chair and you better dance with me because I've liked you since 3rd grade and and you're going to be an amazing mathematician one day and I think you're awesome. Get out that chair and dance with me. Ben is trying to do that, but he's going about it the wrong way. So Ben is trying to assert romantic dominance over Charlie, hoping that if he's extremely dominant, that Charlie will kind of swoon and be flattered and take him back. The second reason is that Ben is forcing himself on Charlie so that he can forcefully say to Charlie, without saying it, he can say to Charlie through these kisses, please don't think about leaving me. Don't think about dumping me. Don't think about ending this. Just focus on my kisses like you used to when you were meek and passive and did everything that I wanted you to do. So Ben's kisses, and I've rewatched them, are like very feral, very unhinged and very desperate kisses because Ben doesn't want to get dumped. He may look down on Charlie, but he doesn't want to get dumped by Charlie. And with these hungry, desperate kisses, Ben is saying, please don't leave me. Please don't dump me in this closeted hell that I'm in daily. He's saying, Charlie, please don't dump me. Please don't abandon me. Don't dump me so that I have to deal with all these demons and all these feelings on my own. And of course, Ben can't, like a normal person, can't invite Charlie out for coffee and tell him all about all of his anxiety and all the hell that he's in being in the closet. So all of this anxiety and all of this fear and this panic and this battle between straight Ben and keeping up appearances Ben and the real Ben, all this anxiety that he has, he can't tell Charlie that in a normal way. So it all comes out in this very weird, feral, desperate sexual aggression. Right? And Ben honestly thinks that he can win Charlie back with that aggression. Nick saves the day and Ben backs off, but he doesn't realise that Charlie was done with him anyway, and Charlie obviously isn't going to be with somebody that is going to force themselves onto him. But so he, at this point, and we're only on episode 1. Ben blames Nick. He doesn't blame himself. He blames Nick, and I think that he's going to be a lot of trouble for Charlie and Nick in the future, because he's not going to let Charlie go that easily. I honestly believe that Ben is going to work overtime to get Charlie back, and he's not finished with Charlie or Nick, and is going to make their lives extremely difficult. Hi guys, and welcome to the review. So this is Heartstopper Season 1, Episode 2, titled Crush. So this intro with Nick looking at Charlie's texts after the whole Ben incident, and Nick flashing back to Charlie getting bullied with comic book bullies all around him, was a really sad but amazing intro, and it takes a look into what Charlie has been through in the past and also how guilty Nick feels. I'm surprised that Charlie actually starts to tell him about how the Ben thing started. I thought he'd be too reluctant because he thinks that Nick is straight. But he does tell him about how this happened. And Ben, I really want to see the good in you, but Ben, you exploited Charlie so badly. He was outed, he was vulnerable, he needed somebody, and you literally manipulated that boy for sexual favours. Ben. Okay, so when Charlie texts, "Thank you for being my supportive straight friend," I fell out of my chair. Nick half smiling at the heart emoji was so gracefully nuanced, and Kit as an actor is so great at like the little emotional garnishes of his character. Kit is so amazing kind of acting out the little things that it really makes you feel for Nick, but I'll go more into that detail later. This teacher, Elle's teacher at Higgs, really needs to take the bull by the horns and just assign Elle to somebody. Anybody. Because it's really obvious. Everybody with eyes can see that Elle is having a really hard time making friends. And the teacher going, "Are you okay? Do you want me to assign you to somebody?" Like, of course Elle is going to say no. She has way too much pride. The teacher has got to step up and assign her to somebody that's nice, somebody that's open-minded, and go, "Hello Kelly, hello Stacey, hello Laura, that you are going, this is Elle, she's new, can you help her around, please and thank you." Like, Heartstopper does a really good job of letting us see Elle's point of view as an outsider, and how hard it is to make friends at any age, at a new school or job. And this teacher really needs to do her job, because she's getting on my nerves. You see that Elle is alone every lesson, every lunch, every break, and you're still going up to her going, do you need some assistance? Do you need somebody to just pair her with somebody? I'm sick of seeing Elle alone. Come on, teacher, like, do your job. She's gorgeous, by the way, this teacher, but this teacher needs to do her job. because I'm getting frustrated. Anyway, it's not up to the student to kind of like beg for assistance. You have to give Elle assistance. You have to help her. Tao is. It's like. Is Tao jealous of Nick's potential relationship with Charlie? Because it's like he's hoping and praying that Nick is straight, and he's doing everything he can to stop Nick and Charlie from happening. So this teacher, Mr. Ajayi, is gay, I think. So he says that when he was in high school, he liked boys. So he is officially LGBT, and he's a teacher that's out at school. And I haven't seen much of that before either, actually. But then again, I don't watch much coming of age LGBT. So I just watch a lot of like tortured adult LGBT films. I don't watch many like coming of age teenage LGBT stories anymore. So I haven't seen like an out gay teacher in a film or TV show. So that's a first for me. You know what, like I'm just surprised that like he's a teacher and he's out, and like the staff are okay with it, and the head teacher hasn't fired him or anything like that. Because once upon a time, teachers that were LGBT were either kind of forced into the closet or they were just denied jobs. Discrimination. So Mr. Ajayi is out and proud at Truham. Okay. I cheered when Tara invited Elle out for lunch, and I love Tara for this, because it's such a fucking relief to see Elle make friends. I am so sick of watching Elle on the sidelines, watching everybody have a good time while she's alone. And it was so funny when Darcy was like, Tara tells us you have no friends. I mean, come on, Darcy. You couldn't have kept that to yourself. So it's really heartwarming to see Elle's face light up now she finally has a new friendship group. And maybe Tara and Darcy aren't as nice as they seem. Maybe there's going to be a spanner thrown in the works, and they may be bitchy, or they may turn out not to be nice. I fear that that's what might happen, because I don't think it's going to go smooth sailing for Elle at this new school. But for now, it's nice to see her with girls her own age that genuinely act like they want her to be there. I hope it stays this way, but I don't think it will. So Nick invites Charlie to see Nellie, his dog, on Saturday. And Nick, I'm kind of praying that you don't hurt Charlie the way that Ben did. I'm praying that like Nick doesn't use Charlie the way that Ben did. And it's just like, maybe he saw Ben all over Charlie and was like, okay, Charlie's gay, so maybe I can do the same thing that Ben did, or maybe I can use Charlie as like a friends with benefits thing because Ben did. And I'm kind of, you know what I mean, I don't want Nick to kind of use Ben as a template, you know what I mean, and go, well, Ben did this, so I can do this. You know, I really hope that Nick isn't like Ben. I really hope. So it looks like Tori lives to scare her little brother. But honestly, how does she know about Nick? She was like, she knows that they're hanging out together. I wonder what she really does think about Nick. Yeah, I mean, yeah, she seems quite supportive, but I think she's going to be quite critical of Nick if they ever get together. Charlie goes around to Nick's, and they have this sweet Disney playtime moment in the snow. Nick's mum, I'm just going to call her Olivia Colman, notes that Charlie is a positive influence on Nick, and sees that Nick doesn't have to pretend to be someone he's not when he's with Charlie. And that's another good scene, because you get to look at Kit's nuanced acting there, and the way that his face changes when he realizes that his mum kind of gives him the green light when it comes to Charlie. Nick begins to text Charlie again to meet up at school, but a girl asks to see his DMs and kind of ribs him a bit, and kind of tells, their friendship group that Nick kind of likes somebody, and Nick gets nervous and deletes the text. And like, if Charlie is just your friend, why would you delete the text? Like, are you embarrassed of Charlie being your friend? Are you embarrassed of him maybe being something more? Is the Tara Nick rumor true? Because Tao has just kind of burst Charlie's bubble, and I think he had way too much fun doing that. Does Tao want Charlie to be single forever? So the way, and at the same time they're watching Nick play rugby on the sides, because Charlie is reserve, and the way that Nick shouted out to Charlie to celebrate with him kind of tells me that Nick likes Charlie more than a friend, to me. And I think, is Tao deliberately lying to keep Charlie to himself? And I don't, not in a sexual way, but is he lying to burst Charlie's bubble so that Charlie isn't focused on Nick anymore? So they're all at one of their houses. So the gang, Isaac, Tao, Charlie, Elle, and they want Elle to be a spy to because allegedly Nick is into Tara, so they want Elle to be a spy and ask Tara if she's got a boyfriend, maybe how she feels about Nick. And Elle has so much confidence, you would never believe that she was actually a loner for a few weeks. She has so much confidence, you would think that she just had friends straight away. So Isaac is a teddy bear, and he looks like he gives the most amazing hugs. And he got to say a few words today in this episode. It's nice to hear them all speak, because I just want to see what all their personalities are like. So Darcy's gay, apparently, and Tara's single. Okay, and then Elle finds out that Tara and Darcy are a lovely gay lesbian couple, and this is a good thing for Charlie, right? If Tara and Darcy are very happy and very lesbian. So Nick comes over to Charlie's this time, and it's so sweet because they're sitting on the sofa like an old married couple, and Heartstopper does a fantastic job of, and I think this is with Alice's illustrations, and they're using her illustrations to illustrate Nick's yearning for Charlie. And it's a really great scene because it really makes you understand how weird crushes make you feel, and the hand scene with the fireworks, and how will Nick feel if he touches Charlie's hand, and will Charlie move his hand away, will Charlie freak out, and how irrational sometimes you are when it comes to crushes, and how you can see Nick's body like doubt himself. You can see him doubt himself when he goes over to kind of reach for Charlie's hand and go, whoa, I can't. And it's a really fantastic scene. Tori is 100% right about Nick being more than just a friend. I'm glad that Elle texted Charlie and told him that Nick and Tara were never going to happen, because I feel like if Tao had heard that information first, if Tao had heard that Tara was taken, I don't think he would have told Charlie. I just get that vibe. Like, I don't know, Tao seems a little bit, he seems like a bitter straight friend to me. Like a bitter guy that just wants to see Charlie single. I don't know, maybe I'm being way too harsh. But yeah, so I'm really glad that Elle came through and was like, this is the situation, Nick and Tara are never going to happen, you're free to do whatever. And I was really happy about that. I've also never been so eager to see the search, because Nick goes on Google and Googles "Am I gay?" and I've never been so eager to see the results of a Google search in my life. And then it cuts. These half an hour episodes are really amazing. So just a few notes. Ben, I want to see the good in you, Ben Hope. Your name implies hope and sunshine and rainbows. Ben, I want to see the good in you, but you flat out preyed on a vulnerable, newly outed Charlie and exploited him for sexual favours. Ben, I, I want to see the light in you. I want to see the sunshine in you, but you're making it hard. Tori, I don't know whether she's the older. She acts like an older sibling. I don't know. She acts like an older sibling, but I don't know if she is. Tori is hilarious. Elle is the MVP for telling Charlie the truth. And I'm glad that she did, because she has no horse in this race. Whereas I really think Tao would have kept it to himself. The snow scene at Nick's house, where they were playing in the snow, was adorable. Kit's performance as Nick is painfully nuanced at times. When he deletes the text message, when Charlie texts him the heart emoji, when his mum gives him the thumbs up on Charlie's friendship, Kit does such a fantastic job at portraying this teenager's feelings and how muddled he's feeling inside. Kit does an amazing job. It was also so funny watching Nick get flustered as Charlie was half sitting on the chair teaching him the drums. It's good to see the turmoil that lots of straight acting and straight presenting, and I don't like to really use those terms, but they're the easiest way for you to understand what I mean, because it's all stereotypes. That's why I don't like using those words. But anyway, it's so good to see the turmoil that straight acting and straight presenting guys go through when they have feelings that are outside of the boxes that people place for them. So guys, Crush was a fantastic episode, and I can't wait to see episode 3. If you're still here, thank you for watching. Thanks for listening.